morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio, and I might be a little bit croaky from Dortmund regionals this past weekend, but that was a lot of fun, so no apologies there. But yeah, we got some good news that we need to be having a little bit of a chat about. So let's start off with something we talked about the other day, but now we can talk about it way better. Ceruledge. This Ceruledge, the Pokemon Day 2024 Ceruledge. I showed you this the other day, and I showed you that this was coming to Canada, and I told you that that was lovely, and that it was going to be available at Toys R Us in Canada. And actually, I told you, and this is still true, incidentally, that due to Canada's languages and the languages they use in different parts of the country, it is actually going to be available in both English and French. I also told you the other day that I could not tell you if and when it was being made available in other territories, but I told you I was pretty confident that it would be. And I promised you that if and when we had news of it appearing in other territories, I would be here to share it with you. Well, wonderful news, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful, wonderful news. It is available. And it is available in a bunch of different places. And this is awesome. Including the Pokémon Center. Yeah, that's right. It is being made available at the Pokémon Center. It's an exclusive Pokémon TCG Scarlet and Violet Parade and Fate Ceruledge card featuring the Pokémon Day stamp. You can add this to your collection as a gift with purchase at the Pokémon Center. Enter code PDAY2024 at checkout, and it starts on the 23rd of February at 4 PM UK time and ends on the 23rd of March at midnight UK time, i.e., it's only for one day. Now, two important things to note about this. It's there for a month. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be available for a month. It does say very specifically, or while stocks last. And we've seen this before, all right? We know that sometimes you have this situation where these cards go up on the Pokemon Center and then they sell out and they're gone. I'm not saying that is going to happen, but I absolutely am acknowledging that that could happen. So what I would suggest is that if this is something that you're interested in, I would go for this sooner rather than later. Honestly, I would go for this sooner rather than later, because otherwise I think you might end up being a little bit disappointed. What if you don't want to go on the Pokemon Center? Well, it is also being made available at the Pokemon Center in the US and other participating retailers, including GameStop and Best Buy. Now, you'll notice in the UK, it is literally just there, and there's no mention of it being anywhere else. It is literally just happening there, whereas in the US, we've got other retailers. But it's also important to note that it specifically mentions using the code in the UK. It does not specifically mention using a code if you are shopping in the US. So I'm not 100% sure exactly how that's going to work out. We'll need to figure that one out. But as it stands at the moment, it seems to be that in the UK, it is only at the Pokemon Center and you need to use a code. If you're in the US, it is a bunch of places, including the Pokemon Center, but it doesn't seem like you actually need to use a code to get it. That is the information we have. What if you're not in the US or Canada or the UK, i.e. the three places I've told you about this card to date? The answer is, I wish I could give you an answer. I don't know, is the honest answer there. I honestly don't know. It might be made available in other regions. It might not be made available in other regions. I don't have the information. As always, what I'm doing here is bringing you the best information I can and the most up-to-date information that I've got at the moment that I make this video. If more information comes out, I'll share it with you. If I get more information about more territories, I'll share it with you, as I always do. Right now, this is the best information that we've got. So I'll either put it in a video or tweet it out on Twitter at the Wassy. Make sure you're following if you're not already. And I will let you know. If it's made available in other places, one way or another, I will let you know. But this is still extremely cool. And as a side note, it's weird. It is technically the Paldean Fates card, because it's got the Paldean Fates set number on it, PAF. But also, it is literally identical to the one that came around in Paldea Evolved. It just has a different set number and name. So technically it is different, alright? It is different, but it's not really different, is it? Come on. Nah. But there is something else which is extremely cool and we all should be extremely excited about. And that is that Pokemon have gone and announced some stuff about the European International Championships, which is awesome because it means we've got stuff like the Players Kit, for instance. Now, the mats here, they're actually 3 different mats. We know the first one is top 8. I'm assuming one of the others is staff and one of the others is competitor. We don't actually know for certain, not until it's been officially announced. I know some of you are going to look at the kit from LAIC, which is of course the one IC we've had so far, and try and make definitive statements best on that. And the answer is, maybe, might not work. We need to be able to see the top right-hand corner of the mat, and there is only one for which we can see the top right-hand corner of the mat. I'm sorry, but it's gorgeous. Like, the top 8 mat it's got Paradox Pokemon, but it's even in terms of Ancient and Future. We got 4 Ancient, 4 Future. We're not making any kind of determination. But we've got a real Iron Valiant theme going on here. You'll notice that the sleeves, although we don't have the best look at it, are Iron Valiant. You'll notice the mat is Iron Valiant. That was not the case at LAIC, incidentally. And, well, the lanyard's got them all on, admittedly. But then it looks like we've got a little deck box there which is featuring Roaring Moon and Iron Valiant, because Roaring Moon is, of course, the ancient equivalent of Iron Valiant. So that makes a huge amount of sense, honestly. Yes, there is usually a promo card at internationals. No, this does not mean there won't be a promo card. What it literally says on the website is, all competitors will receive a welcome kit filled with Pokemon goodies, including a cap, playmat, card sleeves, deck box, and more. So this isn't Pokemon saying you're not getting a promo. This is basically Pokemon saying, if there's a promo, and history tells us there probably is a promo, if there's a promo, they're just not willing to show it off yet. Whether that's because it's a card from Temporal Forces that hasn't been revealed in English, could be. Whether that's because they just never show them off this early, could be. Maybe it's because they had a picture ready and somebody accidentally deleted it and they've not had time to remake the picture. Probably not, honestly. My point is, we have no idea why, but there's usually a promo. Now, one thing that a lot of people will be excited about is registration. There will be 2 waves, and they are starting off at 7 p.m. GMT, that's 11 a.m. PST, and then 9 a.m. on February the 23rd, and 1 a.m. PST on February the 23rd. Now, some people are going to look at that and go, hang on a second, that seems more convenient for Europe than it does for the US. Well, I would say actually no. 7 p.m. is good, but 9 a.m. is right on work time. Whereas you guys have got a 1 a.m. which is annoying, but then an 11 a.m. which is actually on work time. So yeah, fine, okay. It is a bit better for Europe. But also it is the European International Championships. And I am fully aware that lots of people are going to come from other territories. They always do. It's a proper international championship. It's brilliant. But I've already seen a couple of comments that these times are way more convenient for Europe. And the answer is yes. But it is the European International Championships. And I know 11 a.m. a lot of people are at work. And I know 1 a.m. is late for you guys. But hopefully anyone that wants to join in will be available at one of those times. Now, there is something else which is amazing, and that is that they have confirmed that there will be a Pokemon Center at EUIC. That is 100% confirmed. It is going to be open from Thursday, April the 4th to Saturday, April the 6th. And all those days it's 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then a truncated opening from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sunday, April the 7th. Yes, that is a day longer than the event, which is Friday to Sunday. And yes, it closes early on Sunday because that's when we all wrap up and go home. Now, the good news is, it is not just for competitors. It will be open for the general public. You do not need a competitor or spectator badge to attend. You will need a reservation even if you do have a badge. And later on, they're going to tell us how you get the reservation. As a side note, you do need to pay by a debit card or credit card. And obviously it's going to be in pounds sterling because we're in the UK. It is not a cash business. You will not be able to pay by cash. Please bear that in mind. No, we don't know how to book slots yet. But again, when they're announced, I'll either feature it in a news video or I'll tweet out so you guys can see about it. But EUIC welcome stuff looks amazing. There's going to be a load of cool stuff at the Pokémon Center. Remember the Eevee bag last year? Yes, I know it sold out super quickly, I understand that, but the point is that's the kind of level of awesome stuff they had, so I would keep an eye out personally. This is going to be awesome. So we got a Pokemon Day promo, which is coming out in a lot more places, and some interesting, awesome news about the Pokemon European International Championships. This is awesome, but now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about this. Tell me how excited you are. Tell me anything you want to tell me in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shout-outs on the channel, like the lovely Jelena Renji, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.